Hi everybody, Melissa. So you've made it through month 1. Congratulations, that's huge. And at this point, your baby, most likely, check with your doctor, can make the transition between on-demand feeding and getting into some sort of a feeding and sleeping schedule. Love that. More time for mom. Such an important thing. So this show, we're going to walk through feeding and sleeping schedules for babies who are between the ages of 4 weeks and 16 weeks, 1 month and 4 months. Okay, let's start out with how much formula you need to be giving to your baby at this point. By month 1, your baby likely will be eating approximately 3 to 4 ounces of formula per feed. Then, between months 1 and 4, your baby likely will increase the amount of formula he or she will eat per feed by about 1 ounce per month, continuing up until around month 6, at which point she may eat between 7 and 8 ounces. Now, another way to approximate this, and you will see this calculation a lot, and for those of us who are not math people, it's very intimidating at first, but it is helpful, is to do the following thing. And I'm going to put up a graphic here because this gets a little mathy. What you can do is you can take the weight of your baby and you can multiply your baby's weight by the number 2.5 to get one total number. Then you can divide that number by the number of feedings your baby has every day. So let's take an example. Assume your baby weighs 8 pounds and your baby's eating every 4 hours or 6 times a day. 8 times 2.5 is 20. That's the amount of food under this calculation that your baby will be eating in total over 24 hours. In order to get the per feed amount, you're going to take 20 and you're going to divide it by 6, and you're going to get the amount 3.3 ounces of formula. Now, the thing to think about here, and this really is when your doctor is going to come into the picture, is that this is a general guideline. This is going to vary a lot depending upon when your baby was born, how big your baby is, and there's going to be a real range. Some people say that their baby tends to eat about 3 ounces per pound at each feeding under this calculation. Some people say it's 2. So it's really going to vary, and you shouldn't get freaked out by it, but it's just sort of a good general guideline for you to have because it gives you some general sense of how much formula your baby should be eating. Okay, so that's for formula and how much your baby should be eating. Sorry guys, it's like a lot of stuff. I got it all in my head and I have my notes here because I want to make sure to get it all right. Anyway, that's the amount of formula that your baby should be eating per feed. Let's talk a little bit about when now your baby can be having this formula, because one of the really beautiful things that can happen around this age is that you can start to put your baby on a schedule, and this is really the way that you're going to do it. Try to start your first feeding every day at around 7 or 8 a.m., okay? Feed your baby. Looking at my notes, guys. Feed your baby. Make sure your baby's full. You'll notice when your baby starts to kind of like lose interest in the bottle and seems full, she should be awake, she's burped, but she doesn't want any more. If she keeps wanting to eat and eat and eat, definitely talk to your doctor because overfeeding with bottle-fed babies is something you have to be careful about, okay? But do that. At that point, look at your watch and keep track of when your baby first started to eat. Around 1.5 to 2 hours after that feed began, swaddle your baby and put her down in the crib for a nice nap, okay? So that's what you're going to do. And then no later than 4 hours after your baby began that first feed, you're going to wake up your baby and you are going to start your second feed of the day. Now, that little nap time is when you're going to get your break. So that's a very, very important thing to use. So what will happen is that your baby will start to get a lot of the food that she needs during the day, and she'll start to be awake for a good part of the day. So she will start to do those nice, longer stretches at night. This does also have to do with physiologically where the baby is, but you're doing everything you can to make sure that your baby is starting to sleep more during the night and be awake and eat more during the day, which is a beautiful thing. So let's put up a graphic here now and run through what your schedule is going to look like if you're feeding your baby every 4 hours, such as we've been talking about. 7 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m., and 3 a.m. Now, the first one of these feeds that drops off is actually the 3 a.m. feed, and the AAP talks about this. They say that between around 2 and 4 months, many babies will drop that late nighttime feed, and this is an incredible thing. All of a sudden, you're able to sleep from 12 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Not so bad, okay? And later on down the line, hopefully before 6 months, that 11 p.m. or final feed also will be one that you can drop off, and hopefully your baby is going to be sleeping from about 7 or 8 p.m. all the way through till the morning, hopefully till about 7 or 8 a.m. So that is basic schedule for formula-fed babies between the ages of 1 and 4 months. I hope this will prove helpful to you, and all the best with getting your baby onto a schedule that works for you.